Okay. Well, everybody, I think everybody's doing good.
Right, yeah, I'm doing good.
We got a special guest tonight.
All right.
Okay. So, guys, we are live. This is the Irish Podcast episode 40. Can you believe it? Has done 40 episodes. I can't believe it. Especially even after the channel was taken down for 3 months. But guess what? We're still here. And this is, like I said, the Irish Podcast. Okay. Now we're going to have the panel introduce themselves. You know who I am. I don't have to introduce. I'm the Irish Podcast princess. So I don't need an introduction. Okay. I am the princess. That's all that matters. Okay. So, but we're going to have, but I want to start out before the panel to introduce themselves. We got a special guest. So we're going to let that special guest go first. We have tonight Mr. Undead. Introduce yourself and tell people where they can find you at. Undead?
Sorry, I'm having really choppy lag here. I'll actually be back in just a sec. I'm just going to reset my router.
Okay. Okay, Rambo, introduce yourself.
Hey, it's Rambo. Y'all know me. I'm here every week, so you can always find me again at Rambo's Corner on Twitter, or you can actually find some articles I've written at theloopgaming.com, or you can find me on YouTube at Rambo's Corner as well.
Okay, Craig.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hopefully, everybody had a good Turkey Day, and I appreciate the invite. Craig Harris, the Pope of Xbox, in the house. Just glad to be here. Let's get it going.
Okay, Frozen.
Happy to be here.
Frozen's always short, simple, and sweet.
He's just glad to be here.
Yeah, he does that all the time. That's just Frozen. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with him? You know why? You know why he's so simple and sweet? Because he's a gamer and he's playing his game right now. That's what he's doing.
He's probably playing that Switch of Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
No, I actually just got it, but I'm gonna wait till after the podcast because I don't want to be like distracted. Like,
oh,
yeah,
good
definitely
move.
Understand that, man. Definitely understand that.
Actually playing UFC, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, our guest had to reset his router. He'll be back. Okay, so when he comes back, he can introduce himself. Okay. Now, before we get into the first topic, okay, I got to do this. I got to get this off my chest because people on Twitter are starting to piss me the fuck off. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all, stop DMing me about these spam boys. Stop it. Okay. With that being said, okay, I see these fanboy wars keep going on and on, okay? And the gaming community is making me sick every time I'm on Twitter, okay? Or people bringing up these assholes in the gaming community. I'm tired of it. They talk about them for days and days. I'm sorry. If you're talking about another dude for days and days and weeks, I'm going to have to put this rated R. Get off these men's dick. Be grown. You grown-ass men on another man's dick. Knock it off. Seriously. Just knock that shit off, okay? Now, if you're one of these people, okay, and you have actually figured out, or have you yet, that people like Crap Gamer are trolls and liars. They do the same shit year-round and profit off of you giving them views. I honestly feel sorry for how stupid of people you are if you haven't realized that yet, okay? And that you're still doing the same old shit and listening to these people. There are legit gamers out here with good content on YouTube who are overshadowed because of the crumb side of YouTube and Twitter. The only thing I care about when it comes to YouTube is that my panel does better. We do better because we are the gamers of the gaming community and we bring real motherfucking news to y'all. We give you the facts. We tell you the truth. We don't lie. Even if we agree to disagree, disagree a lot in this podcast, but we bring the facts and the real facts, okay? Now, I can give two shits about Fraud Gamer, and you know who I'm talking about. Any of those people getting thousands of views a day because of all their BGST fanboys, okay? who are still pissed off after being blocked or still triggered about the stupid shit that these people say, honestly, who fucking cares? I don't. I don't get on Twitter to talk about this stupid shit. So I'm gonna let you all know right now. Did it already. And I'll be posting it again if you haven't seen it. I will be cleaning up my Twitter. And the people who still want to entertain themselves with Crap Gamer and all those frauds and keep sending me shit, why don't you just go buy one of their t-shirts and call it a day? People like you are not supporting me, so I don't have any use for you. You're not supporting the people on this panel. You don't give a goddamn. You're giving money to assholes. You want to do that? You're done. Don't tweet me, because every time you tweet me some dumb shit, I'm blocking it out. I don't want no dumb shit heard on my Twitter no more. Stop sending me shit that I don't need to hear. I don't care about these frauds. I don't care about Crap Gamer. I haven't been around those people for almost, what, a year and a half now? Almost 2 years. I don't care. I'm a gamer. They're not. If you want real gaming shit, come here where it's at. Go to the people's channel that's on here and see what they have to say on their channels. They know where it's at. So I'm just making it clear, because I know some of you all in chat. Go to hell. Nobody wants to hear this shit. You put that shit on my Twitter, you're done. I'm done with it. It's cluttering up my Twitter, and I don't want to hear the shit no more. So that's all I got to say about that. Anybody want to add anything to what I had to say about this shit?
I'll add something. I mean, I'm sorry if my noise is,
go ahead.
My background noise is bad, but I've gotten to the point I've gotten to the same point as you, is that I'm like, I'll call out, like, say, Colt Eastwood whenever he makes a video, or I'll say something about it, which is every once in a while I'll do that. But for some reason, these people that make these pictures and whatever seem to think that since I did that all of a sudden that I'm so much like on their side and doing what they're doing, and that's not the case. I'm not signing up for y'all to like send me pictures of grown men photoshopped on other people's bodies, and that's just some weirdo shit, man. And if y'all are sitting there actually doing that with the other men's pictures, and just think about, like, you've taken the time out of your day to take another man's picture, put it into Photoshop, cut him out, put him into another man's body, just so you can tweet it at another man. That right there is some weird shit, man. You're on some next level shit. And you're just as bad as the Xbox fanboys that we're trying to call out or doing whatever. You're just as guilty as they are. And to me, I'm cleaning out my Twitter because I'm tired of seeing this shit all over it.
So you agree?
Yeah.
Well, I got to give a shout out to somebody in the chat. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name, went by. But the person said that BGST and like all the people associated with it are making it a bad name for YouTube, and the people on YouTube making it bad for us. And they are absolutely right.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, so anybody else have anything to add to that? Because now Rambo's on my side with that. He gonna clean up his Twitter. Anybody else got to clean up their Twitter?
No, I keep my follows under 140. I keep all the undesirable people. I've got a majority of that specific community muted, so it just makes it for a more clean experience.
Oh, you made it back, Undead.
Yes.
I'm glad you made it back. Listen, introduce yourself to everybody. This is our special guest, Mr. Undead. He didn't get a chance to introduce himself.
I'm Undead3XVI. I'm from the Inner Circle Network. I write reviews. I also do some freelance work on the side, and I've started doing YouTube again and live streaming. So yeah, I'm just here to play games.
See, that's what it's about. Okay, Craig, do you have anything to add to that, or we'll move on to our first subject?
Yeah, well, I'll just say real quick. I've talked to people, before a podcast starts or before it or after it ends, and you're off air. I've heard from several people, Xbox guys, and just, I'm not going to name no names, something like that. I know you're not, that's not what this podcast is. But let's just say what you're being told by them, it's a lot of that stuff it's almost planned. They've worked out a system that works. So you can't. On one hand, as an entrepreneur, it's like, well, it's not their fault that the people don't have any critical thinking. Everybody's like, well, I can't wait to hear what they say about this. I had people. You're right. I was checking my feed before I came in, and people were mocking everybody else, saying that, well, all these idiots on the Xbox community were talking about PUBG. It was 60, now it's only 30, and it's like, look, if you haven't figured out what that machine can and cannot do, that's a you problem. That's a consumer problem now. That you can't. Exactly. All they're going to do is lie. I mean, all they're going to do is lie their way out of it, because that's what they've been doing. So it's just I've said to people, hey, look, if they are talking about gaming, I'll talk to anybody about gaming. But if they come in with that, basically with that fuckboy bullshit, they will get the work of Inky on my podcast. I do not go to their podcast. No,
but I'm talking about Twitter. I'm talking about Twitter. I have to clean up my Twitter because they keep. Like Rambo said, they're sending them fucked up pictures like they send me. Look at this, look at that. I don't care about these people. And why do you keep sending me? I told you for 2 years I don't care, and you're still sending me. So from now on, I'm cleaning it up. You're not allowed. I'm gonna block you off my Twitter too, because I don't want you clutter my Twitter with people who really want to talk about gaming and have something interesting to say.
Yeah,
I got to get to them.
Yeah, I tell people just use some critical thinking, and and you'll be able to, for the people who are caught up in that, they're like, well, people keep lying. I'm like, look, I talk to people on the Xbox when I play games and stuff like that, and they don't like those guys. I said, so just isolate those guys and move on. Play your game.
Exactly. Stop, but you got to stop following them too. Stop listening to them.
Yeah. I agree.
These people follow like all these other fanboys just so that way they can sit there and have the opportunity to either send pictures to them or send a screenshot of what they say back to me or back to somebody else, and just in hopes that I guess we'll do something about it. But I'm like, I don't care, man. Like the thing is, the way I've started to look at it is most of the crap that like Cult Gamer, Dealer Gaming, Crap Gamer, like PS Legion, what these people do, they've developed a way to actually know how to get views.
Yeah.
So that's all they're doing. It's not like, I mean, if I can honestly truly know that they actually believe the stupid shit they're saying, then maybe I would say something. But to me, right now, the only thing that you can prove to me is that they just know how to run the system. And
I hate to say, Rambo, sometimes I think they actually do believe in what they're saying.
Sometimes I do. I mean, but at the same time, don't think we're doing it at this point as signal boosting them. And I have no reason to make them even more popular than what they already are. So
exactly. Well, that's why I don't mention many names. I try not to mention names. It's pretty much the crumb side. I only brought up that one particular name only because I keep getting it on my Twitter, and I'm making it clear. I don't want to hear about this jackass. He's an idiot. He's a liar. He's a fat, lazy fuck. Okay? I don't care what anybody says. And I don't want to hear about him. I don't. He used me to get views. And I'm gone, and I still got to hear about him. I left. I'm gone. It's 2 years. Let it go. Seriously.
I don't follow these dudes, so.
Well, before we go on, Undead, I just don't know if you wanted to even make a shout out here, but I have to mention this because I thought it was pretty cool. That you tweeted out how there were some people, not on the crumb side, but some nice people in the Xbox community that got you an Xbox One X.
Yes, actually, and
I think you should shout them out.
It's not even just necessarily the Xbox community either. Like guys from Iron Lord Podcast, guys from NLG Gaming pitched in. J-Dub, City 16, who's fantastic guy. Great PlayStation, just all around dude. He pitched in too.
He's like the perfect troll. He just cracks me the hell up.
Oh man, there's so many times where there's him and Jabari, and I'll sit there and I'll read the tweet and I'll be like, Don't fall
Oh,
for
yeah.
it. That's bait.
Oh yeah,
That's bait.
Oh yeah, they're definitely professional baiters, man.
But no, there's a lot of really awesome people in the community, and it's actually really funny because when I post up photos of my 1X, I actually had a couple of PS Legion guys try to jump in and rain on the parade, and one actually compared me to being a white supremacist because I had the Xbox.
Wow. God.
Wow.
Because he was like, "Oh, so a bunch of people." So the logical line that was drawn was because a bunch of people in the Xbox community and outside the Xbox community decided to pitch in for a 1X for me. He's like, "That sounds like a cult." You know what's also a cult? White supremacists. I'm like, "Oh my lord!"
What that has nothing to do with the other? What is wrong with these people? See, those are those crumpsods who don't play games. They just get in there and troll.
I can tell you half. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say
no,
real quick. I need to give a big shout out to J-Dub City 16 as well, because that's the reason why my Xbox X is here. He's the reason why. So let me give a big shout out to him too.
J-Dub is cool. J-Dub is cool. Yeah,
dude, and he will come on your podcast. He's really helped me out a lot as far as bringing accurate information to the Xbox and gaming community. He's really good at what he does, and we troll every once in a while, but like Rambo was saying, but he is a good dude. So
yes,
the kind of guy I want to kick back and have a brew with. So there ain't a whole lot of dudes like that. So
J-Dub is a good person.
Shout out to everybody that got an Xbox One X. I'm still an OG.
Yeah.
The Follow Friday today, Undead, where Brandon and everybody was tweeting out that mainly the PlayStation guys were tweeting out the Follow Friday and tagging a bunch of people. I actually realized that since I posted my picture of me getting the 1X and the Switch last week, that almost everybody, about half the people that were in that Follow Friday had blocked me because of this, because they were cool with me, I guess, the week before, but as soon as I saw me with the 1X, all of a sudden I guess they blocked me.
Yeah, see that's the funny thing that happens with
You're
that.
a bad person.
That's what happens. That's what happens with that. Like, it's hilarious because like I try to keep my games regimented. Like, I'll beat a game on my Xbox and I'll go beat a game on my PlayStation. So like, if I share anything on my PS4, like through the PS Share feature, I'll gain a bunch of PlayStation followers on my Twitter. And then once I start talking about something I'm playing on Xbox, I'll either get unfollowed, blocked, or etc. And I'm just like, man, like there's one guy, I won't name names. He has followed and unfollowed me 8 times in the past 4 months because he'll follow me.
Wow.
And then I'll say something he doesn't like. He'll unfollow me and then wash, rinse, repeat.
I think I know who you're talking about, because that person eventually ended up blocking me because I called him out on the fact that I kept seeing like a follow almost every other day, and I'm like, either make up your mind, man, one way or the other, dude. Just please.
Man, the way I always look at it when it comes to this stuff, like I don't agree with everything everybody tweets. I don't always agree with everyone I rock with who they associate with. Like some guys I'm really cool with that really are heavy into the crumb side, and that's cool for them. And if that makes them happy and they enjoy that, that's cool. As long as they're cool with me, I'm cool with them, kind of deal.
Yep.
And
agreed.
Like, I don't agree with everything everybody tweets because I definitely don't agree with some of my Xbox guys with their opinions. I don't agree with some of my PlayStation guys' opinions, but it's not going to change my opinion of them as a whole person based on one opinion on one game or one subject matter. That's just a dumb way to base your life.
But see, the smart thing is, you just said something that was smart, which is I always say, even on the podcast, you have friends within the community and you agree to disagree without causing turmoil within the community. Everybody's not supposed to agree. If everybody agreed on everything, this would be a boring world, because everybody would agree, well, let's just have this and let's just have that, and everything would look the same and be the same. We don't want that shit.
Facts.
I mean, it is what it is.
I sure as hell don't.
No, it'd be boring. You want, pretty much everybody. Okay, everybody's got to wear. Everybody be wearing like the same color shirt, the same. I mean, same color pants, same type shoes, same hairstyle, same one. That would be boring as hell. We'd almost all look alike, except different shades. Come on, that'd be retarded. So anyway, Demigod, welcome aboard. Glad you could make it.
Howdy. I try to make appearances outside of my. I try to make appearances outside of my cable reviews.
I know you do. You try to check in here once in a while, and I appreciate that. I just want to recognize you because I saw you came in, but we were talking, but I want to recognize you and let you know I knew you were here. So we're going to move on. You didn't miss anything, really, because we didn't even get into the first subject yet. I just went on a rant before about Twitter. So we're going to get into the first subject now, okay, which somebody already kind of brought up already, which is Player Unknown Battlegrounds for the Xbox One X will be 30 frames per second. Even though the usual Xbox fan said it would be 60 frames per second. What I don't understand is, and I really don't, it's not that good looking of a game. It's not a demanding game. Listen, it's not a demanding game. So I thought 60 frames per second would be easy to pull off. I really did. But I will say, I love how the Xbox fanboys got egg all over their face once again for making another prediction and putting out misleading information. That happens every time. I mean, have some of these people caught on yet? For real? All right. With me saying that, what are your guys' thoughts on Player Unknown Battlegrounds being 30 frames per second on the Xbox One X?
I'll go.
Who wants to take it away?
Yeah, I'll go real quick. First of all, I don't know why. I mean, they said, okay, shit. They first came out and said it was going to run at 60.
They said shit?
Well, no, they said it was going to run at 60 frames per second on the X, and I guess they were working to get it to 60 on the S, and everybody ran with the 60 versus 30 thing. But I don't know why anybody really honestly believed that this game was going to run 60 on the X, considering you can actually have a Titan XP graphics card and an i9 in your system, your PC, and it actually still will have problems running 60 frames per second. The game is a buggy mess. It's a buggy mess on PC. It can barely run smoothly on PC with the highest of systems. So I don't know why anybody thought that the Xbox was going to be some magical thing for it, especially considering they're actually trying to create a 4K resolution for it as well.
Well, we're not talking about everybody, Rambo. We're talking about the fanboys.
Oh, yeah, I know. The 30 frames per second, I honestly figured that that's where it was going to land. Now, they were having plans to actually do cross-play between PC and Xbox, but I don't think they're going to be able to with it being 30 frames per second because, like, they'll be. I mean, you're already going to be down anyway because you're trying to go against PC players. But if you're trying to do it at 30 frames per second and they're at 120, you might as well just like not even play.
The mouse keyboard is like a big deal with the mouse keyboard. Like,
oh yeah,
I played it on PC and like. People have told me that have the yes, they're actually happy because they don't have to get the X to get 60 frames per second. They're fine. They could just, for the same price, you can just play the same version everyone else has.
Well, that's what they should do because that's what Xbox promised.
Yeah. So.
And so I mean, I feel
I
like
can play it on my PC. Like it does run horrible, but I turn everything down. Like, and I have an entry level gaming PC. It's not even really meant for gaming. But I'm able to play it.
No, you don't. Well, you don't have. Well, the big difference. I mean, I kept seeing people tweet out going, "Well, what's the difference on PC? There's people playing at 120 frames and people playing at 60 and people playing at 40." And I'm like, the big difference is what y'all don't seem to fathom is the fact that on PC, if I have a lesser system, I can turn down a bunch of different settings to increase my frames per second. But on console, you don't have that choice. So I mean, if they lock it at 30, it's locked at 30. No matter what you do, you can never get 60. And so they have to create an even playing field on console because they don't actually have, unless they opened up the options to everybody, S and X, users, so where they can mess around to get the best possible, situation for them. But I don't see them actually doing that because that would be creating like PC games on consoles, and that wouldn't work well.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll simply say this. Oh, go ahead, Frozen. Go ahead, brother.
No, I just said that they were going to get mopped by PC guys. Like they should not like try to compete. Like just
that's a definite.
Like just make like a separate playlist for people with controllers and mouse and keyboards. Like I know they have a mouse and keyboard on Xbox, but still, it's not the same thing. I don't think it'll be the same. Go ahead, Craig.
Oh, I just want to say, look, I kind of said it before, but all right, this is this basic critical thinking. What is more out on the market, Xbox One S or Xbox X? And then you have a developer sitting there trying to figure out what I'm going to develop to. The most common denominator is the lowest, which is the Xbox One S. So your game was never going to be 60 frames per second. I mean, they may be able to get that thing to 38 to 45, which is still better, but I agree with what Princess just said. They got so much egg on their face, they might as well put some salt and pepper and make an omelet. I mean, and it was some pretty high level. I mean, it was one guy I really like. I mean, an Xbox gamer I really do like, but and he at least came out today and printed, and he said, okay, this was wrong. And that's all they got to do. They're not going to do that. They're going to say, oh, well, this is going on. So to me, it's funny as hell. I guess I'll just stick with Titanfall 2 or Star Wars Battlefront if I want to play 60 frames per second. Or here's a news flash for all these fanboys out there. Go build yourself a damn PC and run the game at 60 frames per second. Just do that.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
Some people are doing that, like actually for the game,
Yeah,
some people are doing it for the game.
But are you going to do that for one game though? Are you going to do that for one? I mean, honestly, you need to build a PC for one game.
Well, you see their focus. They're putting the game on cell phones now. They're going to have a mobile version of the game, so that's their focus.
Yeah, which I'm to be quite honest, I'm getting kind of sick and tired of these developers getting the pass because they're creating such a popular game that they've actually been able to now launch a early access title. That means it's still in development, still being worked on PC. But then before they actually even fix anything on the PC platform, they're launching now on Xbox and on mobiles and. Quit allowing these developers to just continue to launch multiple products to get more money before they actually fix the product that you paid for.
That I agree with 100%. That's something they need to do. They need to stop giving them a pass for broken shit and letting them put them everywhere and sell it everywhere. And then they want put patches and do this and that after you've already paid for it. No, you should get a good game, a completed game up front. That I agree 100% with you.
Well, then somebody in the chat, shout out to the chat. They were like, "How the hell is this game nominated for Game of the Year?" I mean, for Christ's sake,
no, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't.
Hell no, hell no.
It doesn't belong. There should be a.
Watch it will win. It will win. It will win. Watch it.
No, it ain't gonna beat Mario and Zelda.
It'll win. They'll find a way. They do whatever they can to pay.
Oh, I can tell you.
Somebody so Nintendo can't.
I can tell you if that does happen. Then I'm done watching the Game Awards because this is a joke to actually have an early access title in the Game of the Year nomination.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'll quit watching it too. I agree. But you know what? He got a point though. And I still say, I'm going to tell you right now, Mario and Zelda definitely is 10 times, 1,000 times above that game. That game should not be listed in there.
It's not a game. It's not a game. It's not out. It's not really out. It's one mode. It's Battle Royale mode. That's all it is. There's no story. I understand Overwatch how they won, but at least the game was actually fully out there and completed.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. How could it be Game of the Year? It can't be.
Even the guy that made the game said he don't even want it to be there. The guy even said he didn't want it up there.
Wow. He's remaining humble just in case if he wins, so that way he can be.
Yeah, he wanted. Yeah, he wanted to be like, I want to be humble.
Well, that's a good thing, though. Anybody got anything else to add to that? If not, we got several more topics, and we can move on unless somebody wants to add something else to that.
It comes out next week, right? Doesn't it come out next week? Good luck.
It comes out 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, next week, I think. Well, it's like 12, 10 to 12 days, something like that.
Yeah, it could be 60 all across the board. Just I feel like the S and the OG would have to lose some graphical sacrifices for it.
Yeah, I feel like if they wanted to get 60 frames on the OG and the S, they'd probably have to drop it to 720 or 900p.
720, 60, 960 would be fine, personally.
Yeah, personally, I'll take frame rate over resolution almost every day of the week, especially in shooters.
Same here.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
But
Yeah.
the big thing people did not pay attention to, like I'm not a PC gamer, but I read a lot into that market on what goes into it and everything else. It's built around Arma, which is a very demanding game. The engine that's used is a very demanding engine. It requires a lot of horsepower to run that engine. So knowing that and knowing that game's based around that engine, I had no expectations of this being 60 FPS. The fact that they're saying it's going to be a potentially locked 30, the fact that it's locked is a miracle. To be honest.
Good point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's a very good point.
in all honesty, like I understand why it's coming to early access on Xbox. Like the only reason that it's coming to Xbox at all is because Microsoft started chipping in money and is having it published on the Xbox. That's the only reason it came. This would have been one of those PC games that stayed on PC if Microsoft hadn't gotten involved with it. I don't think it would have ever come to consoles if Microsoft hadn't shown an interest in it, and it'll eventually come to PlayStation because they'll want to expand it. But with the state that PlayStation has their marketplace in, PlayerUnknown Battleground will have to be finished before PlayStation will publish it on its store. And whether this game ever fully gets finished, well, that's early access hell.
That's another story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the game was destined to come to consoles anyway, just simply because of the fact of how popular it is. Usually the popular titles like that, they have another market where they can actually make millions of dollars, because if they just release it there, that's all they got to do. Now, I'm like you, though. I mean, I don't think it'll ever come out of development hell or early access hell, because, it's coming from a game that's been in perpetual early access. Like, it's been there forever. And the reason why this game was ever actually even born is because the people who bought into the game, I think it was H1Z1.
Yeah.
They got tired of waiting on it over and over and over and over again. So this guy actually, he was tired of waiting on it, created this.
Well, if you really want a kicker too, I was reading there online. There's a couple of sites that cite it now. If anyone remember back in 2015, I think it was, PlayStation announcing DayZ was coming to PlayStation.
Yeah, DayZ was supposed to come to PlayStation, and H1Z1 was supposed to come to Xbox.
Right.
Yeah.
And neither
now apparently DayZ is coming in 2018, and it's coming to Xbox and PlayStation. I was like, what? I didn't even realize the game was still a thing.
I'll believe that whenever I see it, because it's still in early access on PC. So,
yeah, it's like Star Citizen.
Oh God, no! Don't even talk about that game.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody can actually. I don't know, man. Early access is not a thing for me at all. I don't agree with it, because it just allows developers to be lazy and can sit back and collect tons of millions of dollars. And you see what ends up happening. Instead of actually fixing it, they're releasing on mobile and figuring out more and more different ways on how to release a broken game and have people pay for it.
Yeah, see,
I agree. I agree with that. That I agree with 100%. Not only that, and then after they do that part, then I'll say, okay, well, people want patches now. Okay, so we'll release one little one, or we'll do this and tweak that and tweak that. And then people think, other people who haven't bought it yet think it's fixed now because they heard there was a patch release, but it's not a full patch. It's like this one little tweak. People in, and they put out 10 patches or 20 patches, and then that's where they get the extra money from, because everybody hears a patch or a fix, and they think it's fully fixed, and it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a flat-out lie.
And they could put loot crates in it, too.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah,
they already got them.
But notice not a single PC gamer that was like really tweeting out, but really highly against loot crates is saying anything about the loot crates in an early access title.
Well, they're buying them. That's why.
See, my problem with early access titles, I think there's a lot of early access titles that did it right. Slime Rancher, I really enjoy. It's a really kiddish game, and people can give me shit for that. But that was a really good early access game. It got fully released, and it's fantastic. And We Happy Few is going to be released. I've been playing that since it came out on early access, and it's going to be a fantastic game when it's fully released as well. But I don't think microtransactions should be allowed in early access titles.
And
for the simple reasons,
definitely not DLC.
Yeah, and see, my biggest problem, one of the reasons I stopped supporting Ark was because they released a DLC and Seasons Pass before they got the game out of early access.
Yep, they were using your money to actually create extra content rather than actually finishing the game that they were promised.
Exactly, and I think that's wrong. I think early access, if it's done right, I definitely agree that there's some studios that need the help through starting a game out early and it helps them financially. But I also think there needs to be a line drawn somewhere in the sand where you have to, I don't know, hit certain benchmarks before you put things into a game. Like microtransactions and DLC should not be something you should be focusing on until after the game's released.
No, you should be focused on completing the damn game first.
Yeah,
but if it's a free to play, then yeah. But I mean, I think there also should be a time limit on early access titles that you have like a year to finish it, or 2 years, however long it is. But that once it gets past that time, it's either released or kicked off the store.
Yeah,
it's not like kicked off the store. But you know what? It's not like kicked off the store. But if you don't, if people paid all that money, you got to also reimburse some of that money back.
Yeah, refund the money.
Refund that money.
Because
refunds. I don't care if it's just like say if you pay $40 for it,
basically like
$20 back. You got to give something back. You cannot do that.
Well, it's basically like a Kickstarter, and the difference is, the thing with the Kickstarter is that I can pledge the money to you, and then but if it doesn't reach the goal by the end of the Kickstarter, I get my money back, and that's the same thing as what this early access should be. Is the fact that sure. Like Brendan Green maybe could have made say we're just saying like $8 million off of PUBG, but it should have been sitting in an account waiting till it actually releases as a full game before he actually gets the money in his pocket. But the problem is that he's allowed this money in his pocket, and then he doesn't really have any incentive at that point. I mean, hell, he's
to do anything.
He's already a multimillionaire. He went from poor to being a multimillionaire.
And he could be a multimillionaire. Wait a minute, he could be a multimillionaire and then walk out.
Yeah, that's actually what happened with DayZ's development. The head developer, all of a sudden, like everybody came in to work on the game the one day, and then the head developer was gone.
Yep, because he made the money that he needed.
But that's what I'm saying. He made his money, and he can go, and he's set for the rest of his life. I don't care. He said, "I used you all. I don't care. I used you all. I don't care." You were dumb enough to do it.
That's pretty much the bad part about these early access titles. And the more and more I see that PUBG keeps releasing on these different platforms, and I'm still seeing people tweet that's on the PC platform that's been in there the longest, saying, "When are you going to fix our issues? When are you going to fix these frame rate problems? When are you going to fix these server crashes?" And he keeps on sending out tweets going, "I hear your problems, and we're going to fix them. But by the way, we're releasing mobile on China. In China, we're releasing mobile in here." I'm like,
there's a lot of hackers from China.
Rambo, you know when they'll fix it? You know when they'll fix it? When people stop buying it.
Yeah.
If you stop supporting it, I hate to say it, if you stop buying those early releases, okay, and say no, because every time we do it, we get screwed. Stop supporting it. Stop making them rich. Then they'll say, "Oh, shit, we lost." And do something, because if we don't, we ain't going to make those millions and billions no more. We ain't going to have these little schleps falling behind us.
The sad part about it is you can get the gaming crew behind the whole loot box thing to really stick it to EA, but you'll never get the gaming crew behind to block EA access or early access titles.
No,
because
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the people buying it.
I know. I'm saying that.
I'm not going to do it. I'm done. I ain't buying no early access shit, because you know what's going to happen? I'm going to get screwed. That's my hard-earned money. I work for that money.
Early access titles, you got to start with Steam Greenlight too.
Oh yeah, but I agree. I mean, I think that that's where it needs to start, is like on Steam Greenlight, is that they need to put more parameters in line to kind of force these developers to show their hand on what they're doing to actually make that game better. And to show that they're actually working on that game, because the problem is that I keep seeing promises from that Brendan Green, but I keep seeing the same problems pop up over and over again from the PUBG crowd, and for some reason, for the life of me, I cannot figure out why you're launching on a console, whenever you can't even get it running on PC hardware. One of the easiest platforms to actually develop for, and you're releasing on a console that I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. But the only thing that makes it, the only reason he's doing this is because he's going to be able to to pocket about another $8 or $10 million off of it.
True. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to move on because we've been on a subject for so long, and we can actually talk about this. That'd be for another podcast. We could talk about this for a whole podcast. But let's get to some other subjects, okay? Now, the next one is now it's a rumor. Devil May Cry 5 is rumored to be a PS4 exclusive game. Me personally, I'm not surprised. I hope it is. And I love me some Devil May Cry. All right. So I'm saying it straight up. And it doesn't surprise me only because Sony has a good relationship with Capcom. But my main focus is just seeing the game revealed. That's my main focus. I really do want to see that. And I'm one of the people that really enjoyed the last Devil May Cry by Ninja Theory. Now, this is a 3-part question because a lot of people enjoy that. This is a 3-part question for this topic, okay? What are your guys' thoughts on Devil May Cry 5 and it probably being a PS4 exclusive? Also, do you think the game will be shown at PSX? And 3, what would you want to see if you're a Devil May Cry fan featured in that game? Who wants to go first?
I'll go. Because I heard another rumor where they said it was going to be PS4, Switch, and PC. Because that was the rumor I heard of. And then like I'm seeing this other rumor go around where it's just going to be PC, PS4. So I don't really know what to believe.
Neither do I. That's why I'm asking the panel.
I don't know how good of a relationship they had with Capcom after they released Street Fighter V in an abysmal state. Like, no one can say that Street Fighter V launched good. It was horrible. It didn't have any content. The game still hasn't sold very much. It's not doing very well. It was mainly done for the Evo crowd. I'm pretty sure everyone here could probably agree on that game wasn't fully released. And I'm kind of surprised, like, you know, Capcom's not doing too well, so they're doing whatever they can to get their money out there. You know?
Right.
They made a deal with the Monster Hunter where they apparently, because I can find the files, but I had seen a leaked document where they paid, they kept it off of Nintendo's platform. They didn't want Monster Hunter World on Nintendo's platform because of I guess of all the other Monster Hunters that were on the other games and things of that such. But
right,
you know, Capcom, their games aren't selling well on most platforms or not. Resident Evil didn't do that well. Dead Rising bombed. Dragon's Dogma Remaster, I heard that bombed. They keep remastering games. I noticed that. They got Okami.
They're trying to make money back.
Okami HD, that's a remaster. They're coming out with that. All the stuff with Street Fighter, they're trying to make money back, you know. They're doing a lot of remasters, but I think it's going to be revealed at the Game Awards because there are going to be announcements there. People keep thinking that it's just going to be the awards. They're going to have announcements at the Game Awards because they did reveal games there before.
Yeah, they've came out and said that there's going to be a game announcement there already.
Yeah, like Tomb Raider. People think Tomb Raider is going to be there. The Avengers game, like a couple games may be there, but
yeah, Telltale always does their announcements there too. So
they'll probably get the new Telltale games and things of that such. But it's just a rumor, but pretty sure it's coming. Also, the creator Hideki Kamiya went to Capcom. He wants to do a Bayonetta Dante crossover game or something like that. He's posted it on Twitter.
Wouldn't he have to get Nintendo's permission? Because don't Nintendo own the Bayonetta IP now?
No, Sega. Does Sega own it?
I don't know. I mean, the Bayonetta IP has been passed around so many damn times.
I know he created the character though. Like he created both of those characters, like Beautiful Joe, Bayonetta. You know,
I could have swore that Nintendo bought the Bayonetta IP. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not able to look it up.
No, they own Bayonetta too, but Sega owns Bayonetta.
Oh, okay. All right, then that's what it was.
But that's apparently that might be a new passion project since Scalebound didn't work out. they do a crossover game between Dante and Bayonetta. I think that would be kind of cool. But you can only wait and see, you know.
Well, as far as Devil May Cry 5 being exclusive, it's going to be understandable right now. Capcom is hurting for money, and especially they have Devil May Cry number. I said that before, and people were like, "Well, what about Monster Hunter? It's releasing on Xbox." And like, the difference is that Capcom has no numbers as far as how well Monster Hunter World will do on an Xbox platform. They do, however, have exact numbers on how Devil May Cry does. And right now, Xbox actually requires like a the fee is based on a certain number of copies sold. But if that certain number of copies sold is like say 2 million, and the Devil May Cry series typically sells 1.5 million, well that's 500. That's a big chunk out of their money lost, because not only are they not making that extra 500,000 in sales, but they're also spending that extra money for 500,000 sales that they're not going to ever receive. And so that's the reason why that they would end up going exclusive. Now, whether or not it's a good thing, I mean, it'll be a good thing for Capcom, I think. But Capcom I think they're just kind of half-assed in their games here lately. And I don't know if that's actually a good thing or not as far as that goes, because I think I think they're going to tear up the Devil May Cry series too, I think.
Yeah, there was a big outrage with that last one, the way he looked and like the story. Like I didn't play it, but a lot of people were mad.
Fine, though.
The gameplay, the gameplay was fine. Yeah, the gameplay was good. But I don't know, like Dead Rising, they've completely almost killed that franchise simply because of like what they did with that basically hiding the true ending behind DLC. We have Street Fighter, having its problems.
Wait, they hid the item. Which game did they hide the ending behind?
Dead Rising 4.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, Capcom is going to get to the point where exclusives aren't even going to help them; that they're going to actually end up having to sell some of their IPs. That's where I feel that it's going to head.
I personally feel like Capcom hasn't been in a good spot for a minute, and it's been very evident with the way Street Fighter V was released and sold. And then it's been evident how Dead Rising 4 did. It's like they lost quality after like 2014, 2015. It's like they just generally stopped trying, because they just been remastering stuff and just hoping, trying to make things stick to the wall. Like Street Fighter was okay gameplay wise, but it was still like kind of half-assed. Marvel isn't all that well either. I mean, yeah, gameplay-wise, it's essential, but it just really isn't the package that everybody wants it to be. Dead Rising 4 wasn't that good. They're doing all these re-releases of Okami and Dragon's Dogma. And they're really trying to get some money back for all the investments that they've been losing in. But is it really the consumers, or is it Capcom to blame? Because they've been putting themselves like just these half-baked releases and then hoping that everybody will buy and invest into it.
And they're not supporting a platform that's been helping them out, like the Switch with the Ultra Street Fighter 2. Like they could be putting games on there that will be selling, but
the Switch is really not as powerful as what everybody thinks it is. So I mean, maybe the extra little bit of effort actually to put in a game. I mean, Ultra Street Fighter 2, big difference compared to Devil May Cry 5. Huge difference. I mean, as far as like the amount of graphical work is going to be, because you're talking about a very non-demanding game to a very that would be more of a demanding game. I mean, a lot of the third-party releases on the Switch so far have been like a Roblox mod onto it. I mean, it's basically, it looks like crap. Like what's it called? What's that? Rocket Cars, whatever the hell it.
Rocket League.
Rocket League. I call it soccer cars. Soccer cars. Rocket League. I call it soccer cars. Rocket League looks like shit on the Switch. I mean, it's basically just a bunch of lines, and that's it. We call it the Roblox mod because it's basically just a shit mod that makes it look like shit. But I mean, getting a game to run on like Devil May Cry, that not only is Nintendo asking people to put in extra work to make a game that'll run on their system, but then also to add more cost to it, because now you got to put it on a certain card. That's extra cost for Capcom, extra stuff for Capcom. So it's not like Capcom's like just saying, oh, screw, the Switch. They're just saying, like, look, I don't have the money to actually pump in extra thing to dumb this game down to fit on the system, and also to pay the extra money to have it put on a card. I mean, I don't think the Switch is getting I don't think it's getting just snubbed. I think it's actually Nintendo doing Nintendo bullshit, like the way they always do. They always find a way to screw it themselves.
I mean, being honest here, though, Capcom could have had this multi-plat, and they probably would have made bang back. Having it just strictly exclusive really doesn't technically help them either.
The only reason I could see Devil May Cry 5 being a PlayStation and PC exclusive would be because Capcom doesn't have the money to make it, so Sony's footing the bill for them and being like, here, this will help you out. Make a good game. You'll make some money back, and hopefully you can start working on projects again. That's the only thing, because after the Street Fighter V debacle, I can't see Sony wanting to foot the bill again for Capcom to screw up. So I think Sony, if they have money in it, they're going to have their fingers in it a lot more. And that actually gives me a little more hope for the game in general, because it seems to be if you let Capcom, like I'm talking like this generation Capcom, not like previous generations, because they used to make really, really good games.
I don't know what happened after Dead Rising 3. They dropped the ball after that.
Yeah, 100%. Like Resident Evil 7 is a glimmering hope of what Capcom can do, but even that game didn't sell well, which is unfortunate. The fact Resident Evil 6 sold better than Resident Evil 7 is a crime into itself.
Well, I think the reason why it did that, I mean, Resident Evil 7, I haven't played it yet, but I mean, from what I hear, it's actually a great game, but I think the reason why it did is because Capcom, since, like you said, Dead Rising 3, and basically, let's put it this way, Dead Rising 3 wasn't even all that great either. It had a lot of problems as well. But ever since then, I mean, like Capcom's history has been going downhill, like as far as like their quality, and I think the people just did not trust them to actually put, like to make Resident Evil 7 an actually quality game. Especially after Resident Evil 6 being as crap as what it was.
Yeah, and they put they were trying to put money for Devil May Cry, but what about Deep Down? Didn't they put money up for? Why didn't Sony put money up for that game? The game
that may come out this, or I'm sorry, well, hell, this is pretty much 18. That may come out in 18.
Yeah, Deep Down's supposed to still come out. I mean, I think Sony does have money down on that.
They do have money down on that one.
Yeah, look for that at PSX. I mean, not.
How did we see it? Like they changed it up. I think it was supposed to be a free to play, and they switched it or something. I think.
Yeah. No, I thought that was supposed to be just a genuine, inspired by Soul, straight $60 title.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Deep Down was always supposed to be, from my understanding, was always supposed to be like going to end up being a $60 title.
Yeah.
Hope you see it.
Well, I hope we see it. I hope this game comes out. All right, we're gonna move on because we got a couple more subjects, and we've been really getting into some deep shit tonight. So let's keep moving on. Now, Nintendo Switch did really good on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I'm not sure about the actual numbers because I didn't see it, okay? But it seems like Nintendo is doing really good lately, okay, on the sales. Now, they're giving the consumer games. They are. Right now. They are. They're back to making a profit. And what was it? Xenoblade and Chronicle 2 came out today. I hope, I'm going to tell you right now, I really hope Nintendo keeps this up because I really do want to get a Switch down the line. I really do. Okay? For certain games. I also want to see, I just want a Donkey Kong game for it, though. I really do. I hope they bring that out. Thoughts on the Switch selling so well?
I'll say real fast. I agree 100% with the Donkey Kong. People keep asking me when am I getting one. I'm like, as soon as I see Donkey Kong, I'll knock you, I'll knock your mama, I'll knock your baby mama over to go get me a Switch. I will go get one.
Oh, no, you did not say that.
That's how much I want me a new Donkey Kong game. So
you want a new Donkey Kong game? You want to knock over a baby's mama for it?
I'll knock over your baby's mama's mama if I gotta get to that thing.
Baby's mama's mama? You knocked over a grandma for that?
Yeah, well, whoever's in the way, that grandma can get a new hip. You know, we'll put a new hip in her over here at the hospital for her. Yeah, I'm really glad it did. And it's somebody who's got some connections to retail. I do know who really won Black Friday, with even with the new Cyber Monday numbers that are included. Everybody's got to remember that the Cyber Monday numbers did not get included into the Black Friday. I don't think they got those numbers.
Yeah, but you got to realize one thing. If you listen to all the sales numbers that I heard in all the broadcasts, they did not lower their prices that much for Black Friday or Cyber Monday.
They had no sales, no bundles.
They didn't lower anything.
People, because it was a new product, okay,
Yeah.
and they wanted people to buy it for what it was, okay. They didn't want to get sales based on a sale, and they still did excellent. They outsold everything on those days without giving a bundle or a package or a sale.
Yeah, one more thing with that.
Why is that? Why is that?
They don't never put their shit on sale though.
Yeah, so that's just
it'll
normal.
Take 2 or 3 years before they put their stuff on sale.
And that's if you're lucky.
Yeah, it's like boar's head meat. It sells itself. Another product that did very well, and I won't give it away how much, but it did way better than I think a lot of people are going to anticipate, is that VR that Sony has out too. But as far as Nintendo, I just think they can sell it on that strength alone. And they're getting, I mean, you remember the whole nonsense about it. It wasn't powerful. It won't sell. Well, it started to sell. Then it has no third-party support. Now it's getting its third-party support. So it's doing what it should do. It may be doing a little bit better than some people thought. But I like the system. I need me a Donkey Kong game for it. But as far as the way
Craig, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's coming.
Yeah.
My thing is, I think the reason it did so well on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Thanksgiving is because people were hoping to get a deal, but they didn't get it, and they wanted the system so bad they just went out and bought it. They were hoping for one demand, but you also got to realize a lot of people, when something comes out, when the holidays come around, they wait for Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Weekend, Cyber Week, Cyber Monday. But since they knew they weren't going to get a deal, they said, "Screw it, I'm just going to get it now. I'm not waiting any longer." I'm not.
The Super Nintendo Classic, that was selling pretty good for if you've seen it, like people were grabbing those up. The Super Nintendo, and if you were able to find that, those are doing pretty well too.
Actually, I didn't see that. Tell us about it. I didn't see that.
I just know like if anyone's that, like people, like if you look, you wouldn't be able to find one on the shelf. They'd fly right off the shelf. Those Super Nintendo Classics.
Oh, I thought you were talking about numbers.
Oh, yeah, here in Oklahoma, like I mean, out of Oklahoma City, I went around all of Oklahoma City, like hit up every Best Buy in the city and surrounding areas, and also Walmart's. But the Switch was like it's dead here. Like I've always been able to walk into a store here in Oklahoma City since it released and buy a Switch. It's never been sold out here in Oklahoma. When it comes to like Black Friday, like my Best Buys they had like these big huge crates that were stuck in the middle of the thing, filled with PS4s, Xbox Ones, and Switches. And the Switches were full, like completely from the ground up to the side to side. They were full from Black Friday on Thursday all the way till after Monday, whenever they put them away. Like they just didn't sell well here. But like the PS4s, you couldn't find a PS4 Slim in any store. But,
I'll second that. That thing was gone Friday, whatever, or Thursday night. Everybody went out and bought that damn thing. They were tearing that place apart. Best Buy, they were tearing it apart.
PS4 won. Didn't they win?
Well, I know who won, but I
know PS4 won. I know they won.
Yeah, well, PS4 had the best Black Friday that they've had in 22 years.
Yeah.
So that tells you something.
But it's not a knock against the other companies. I think.
No.
I can't wait for a week. I mean, for a Switch, but I need some other games. That's all. Like,
what's funny is you had like PlayStation come out and say we've had the best Black Friday that we've had in our 22 years of business, The Nintendo came out and said I think they've had their best Black Friday, and Xbox came out and said we did better. We did as good as we can expect. And that was about it. It was kind of like, well, what? That doesn't really tell us anything besides the fact that you didn't do as good as the other companies. But
some people say on Amazon it's sold out, man. That's
yeah. They also said the Scorpio edition was sold out, but we still had some people walking out of freaking Black Friday deals with the Scorpio edition.
Yeah,
you can still get that.
I'm sorry. Like if you're saying it's sold out, and then you see somebody 3 weeks later walking out of the store with that sold out item, it was never sold out to begin with.
Yeah.
No, you know what they do? You know what they do on Black Friday? I want to tell you what they do. And this is for real. I've been in retail. They put out only so many. You could have, say, 50 in a store. They'll for Black Friday and say it's all we got, and you got to pick a number and wait in line. And when those 20s are sold out, we ain't got no more, because they don't want to give it away at that low price because they want to make a profit.
Well,
that's what they do.
The Switch, I think, is going to slow down big time next year. They don't actually have any major.
Why is that?
They don't have any major exclusives coming out next year like they did with like Mario and Zelda. And let's be honest, the reason why they were able to release Mario and Zelda in the exact same year is because they fucked over the Wii U crowd. Yeah, that's the only reason they quit making games for the Wii U, so that way they could focus on Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild.
Don't they got Metroid though? They do got Metroid, right?
We don't know when. It's not confirmed for next year.
The Direct is going to probably be either this month or next month. We'll know the releases for the year.
There's just no way they can keep up this type of release schedule with their first party. They're low on first party studios as well.
You're right though, because
I'll go ahead.
No, I was gonna say he's right, because if they was going, like, if something was coming out next year, they would have already been talking about it 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Well, they had a couple games: Fire Emblem, Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh yeah, I mean nothing like in the terms of what they had this year.
You mean like their main first party and stuff like that?
Yeah, their big titles that
they're probably gonna fill that up with like a lot of remasters, like remasters. We're probably gonna get
basically like they did with Mario Kart 8, remastering the same.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get Smash
for $60.
Probably gonna get a new Smash.
Probably Smash. Probably Bayonetta.
And probably Pokemon, Smash Pokemon, Bayonetta 3.
We got No More Heroes.
No More Heroes. Pikmin 4 apparently was done already, and that game's just sitting there.
I mean, I get these games are coming. They're not coming next year.
Well, we don't know.
I can almost bet. I mean, some of them might, but I can almost bet that every single one that you mentioned is not coming next year.
I didn't think Xenoblade was coming this year. I thought that was going to be like a next year title.
But that's not even Nintendo. That's not even a Nintendo property. Nintendo published it. That's it.
Yeah, well, some of these games I don't think come, and then they come. They just end up showing up.
But I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Nintendo has the same problem as Microsoft does with the number of first-party studios they have. I'm not saying that they have as low as Microsoft, but they don't have that many, because they had a lot of problems with the fact that what happened with the Wii U. But I mean, they're going to be able to put out quality titles, but I'm not sure if third party is going to be as prevalent there as it is this year, because of the fact of the sales for it. I mean, I think 12 people, or 25 people or whatever, like bought the FIFA 18.
Yeah,
I mean, it was terrible.
Put them a GIMP
I think that's
version.
the people. Yeah, I think people knew it was GIMP.
Yeah, people
just
definitely
like
knew that
NBA
game
Playground
was
was GIMP too.
I didn't buy Doom. I don't care for most of the third party games unless there's like.
I don't buy Switch for third party. I mean, like,
I like the Japanese third party, the exclusive third party stuff, but like, the stuff that you can get on other platforms. I wasn't getting that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would like to see something different. I would like for them to just create something different.
Because they know they're not gonna like people that have people. Let's keep it real. People that have Switches, they have other consoles. Nobody's buying a lesser version on the Switch. That's why they need the exclusives to draw people in. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's the only thing that I mean. They can survive off their exclusives if they just simply like space them out and But releasing one every month this year was really. I don't know. I don't know if that was a smart decision on their part. I mean, it definitely boosted them in sales this year, But I just don't know if they can keep that up. And people are buying this thing and expecting that type of reception to it. And I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't. I mean, it's not that I want Nintendo to fail, because I definitely don't. But I just don't see Nintendo being able to keep up with what they've been able to do this year.
We got to wait and see. Maybe they have a surprise in store they've been working on for a while that we don't know about. We don't know.
Yeah, this is definitely true. I mean, I don't.
Hopefully they do.
Yeah, I'm not in their boardroom, so I mean, I'm just,
exactly. No, you're just speculating. Yeah. I know, I get that. But what I'm saying is, hopefully they have been planning something after what happened, with the Wii U and all that. Hopefully they've been working on something that will carry them over and continue doing it. We don't know that. Maybe that's why the Wii U failed, because they're working on something for the future. Concentrate on that. Yeah, that was just a pause. That was like a pause situation.
I hope you're right.
We don't.
Yeah, don't know. The Xenoblade devs, they're already working on their next game for the Switch, and it's multiplayer. It's going to be a MMO. They've already, as soon as they finished it, about 3 months ago when they finished Xenoblade, they've already started working on their next title. They're already back to work.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, though. Maybe they've been planning this because of what happened. Maybe the Wii U was just a distraction. They working on, which was the Switch.
Yeah,
and other games.
And
we don't know that.
And we don't know. Focusing on two platforms, putting stuff on DS and putting stuff on the 3DS and put stuff on the Wii U. Focused on two platforms. Now they're really focusing just on one platform, because most of Nintendo's major developers, there's not really any big 3DS games coming out. There's some games coming, but nothing serious from Nintendo first parties really coming out on DS right now, because they're all working on Nintendo Switch games.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know. Hopefully,
there's a direct coming up, though. I don't know. It's either this month or next month.
No, it's December 15th. I think Nintendo's having an event.
If they get Pokemon on there, you already know that's selling millions and millions of consoles. So
they're working on it right now, and they already said that the DS Pokemons that just came out last month, those were the last ones.
Yeah. I mean, it's. But what's crazy though is that if the Switch does bad, people will go, dude, it wasn't a console. It was never in competition with PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. But whenever it does good, they're like, oh, well, it's beating Xbox One, it's beating PlayStation 4. You got to make up your mind of whether it's a console or if it's actually a handheld. Because if it's actually supposed to be in competition with PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, then we need to keep it there whether it does good or bad. If it's not, then we need to take it out of the equation and look at it as a handheld.
Well, it's about to catch up to Xbox right now, so...
Yeah, I mean, I think if you release, I guarantee you release Pokemon, say in January. I'm just saying this. It'll be past Xbox by February.
They should release the next Halo.
That I do agree with.
If Halo comes out, they should put it next to Halo and see what happens.
Pokemon's insane, man. There's nothing that's going to actually top Pokemon's success. I mean, I think it would make Halo embarrassing.
The highest selling franchise. What's that? That's GTA, right?
GTA.
Yeah, and then I think Call of Duty's up there.
Well, I mean,
a couple games are up there.
Technically, the highest selling franchise would be Mario, because they count every Mario game in there, and there's 700 Mario games.
Okay, what do you want to do?
But I think GTA is the. Well, if you go look up highest selling video games. Or a video game series or whatever, and it says Super Mario, but it's Mario Paint, Mario Party, Mario Sunshine, Mario this, Mario that. I'm and they counted every one of those together to add up to 156 million or something.
I just need a Professor Layton game on the Switch.
Oh yeah.
That's
I was gonna say the highest grossing franchise in video games is Mario with 577 million copies.
There you go.
Number 2, Sonic the Hedgehog with 350 million copies. Pokemon's number 3 with 295 million copies. Call of Duty's number 4, 250 million copies. Grand Theft Auto's 220 million. Wii Sports is number 6 at 203 million, which is just nuts.
I would expect nothing less.
Sports, man.
Yeah, can't argue with their success.
We gotta wait and see.
Well, we're gonna move on. We got 2 more topics, plus everything else. I'm gonna move on to the next one, which is PSX is a few days away, guys.
Facts.
Yeah, it's only a few days away. Where there was going to be the more of the Last of Us 2 news will be coming, and I expect that at PSX. I do expect that, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be very.
It's going to be the cast, right? The cast, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a meet and greet with the cast.
I'm gonna be real disappointed if it doesn't happen.
One thing get up early.
Oh, that's happening. It's on the schedule. They already put it in the schedule already for.
I'm gonna be a lot early.
Oh, because when I was there in 2015, like that line was crazy. In 2015, when I went, like,
are you going, bro?
No, I went. Demi's going, but I went in 2015.
That's cool, man.
Now, the one thing that I read on what was it, Eurogamer, was that Sucker Punch will be talking about Ghost of Tsushima at PSX. What are you guys' thoughts about that?
I hope you see gameplay.
I just want a demo. I just want to play the demo.
Yeah, I think Ghost of Tsushima, whatever, is releasing next year. They've been working on it for 4 years now. So,
what do you think we'll see, though? What do you think we're going to see?
You're going to see a playable demo. They already said there's going to be a playable version of it there.
Probably something like Neo, like when they showed off Neo, or like when they showed off Bloodborne, like something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I think you won't get a date, obviously. I think PSX actually would be a perfect time to start giving us like dates for these games that they've been showing.
Yeah, they're gonna have.
That's what they've been waiting on.
Yeah, I would like to see a Detroit Become Human release date, and we may possibly get a Spider-Man release date. With that Infinity popping a couple days ago.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man's going to get a release date of May, right next to the Infinity War launch date.
Because they said that all those games, like at Paris Games Week, were early 2018. And what they need to do is they need to make sure they stay out of Red Dead 2's way. Like, stay away from that game.
Red Dead is going to barrel through a lot of stuff. God of War is going to sell, but Red Dead 2 is going to come through like a
man, that shit ain't coming out till September, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that thing's going to be a fall of 2018 at best.
But my thing is that the one thing they need to do when it comes to releasing games, they need to release them at the right time so that they sell well. Sometimes they release stuff right on top of something else, so something else is going to fail, and then you won't get or whatever. They screw it up. Release it accordingly. They need to have better ways of releasing shit. They need to, hire people that will release them at the right time and tell them, listen, no, this and this is coming out. We can't release it at that time. It's going to get killed.
What game have they released that in competition?
Knack 2. Knack 2.
Well, no, but the thing is though is that Knack 2 had its date before Destiny did. Destiny came in afterwards and stole the date right after.
Yeah,
so
that's
the
reason.
reason.
The only one that had the problem.
Yeah, I mean,
it happened in 15, Rambo, with Fallout 4 and Rise of the Tomb Raider.
I know it happened with like on the Xbox, but I'm talking about like on the PlayStation. I haven't seen any of their first party titles or any of their exclusives.
That's a good point.
Get slammed.
Yeah.
As far as exclusives, they pretty good at how they release them because they're gonna release some good ones in around at February, March time.
Well, February, March is gonna be like Far Cry 5, Red Dead.
Far Cry 5.
Yeah, Far Cry 5 is in March.
You said Red Dead. March. You said Red Dead in February or March.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying
they said March.
That shit ain't coming out till September, man. If it comes out this year,
they also said fall of 2017 as well. So I mean, I don't. When it comes to GTA's or Red Dead's releasing, I always look at like what they say and then add 6 months to it.
Yeah, because they ain't showed. They ain't showed enough. They ain't showed shit. And then
they haven't really showed anything besides screenshots.
They ain't showed nothing. And you got to look at how they did GTA 5. They really went through the motion. Like you seen a trailer, then you seen another trailer. You got another song. Then they had to break down each role of the characters. Then they had to break down the online. So And they got a lot. They got a lot before they show that. Unless they show a trailer this year before the end of the year.
I mean, they
for
could
the Video
could
Game
show,
Awards.
yeah, or
then
PSX.
show another
Yeah.
I'm
trailer.
saying they're probably gonna do that.
They would have to. I mean, let's put it this way: I'll believe you on the February March thing, or I'll believe them if they're either at the Game Awards or they're at the PSX. If they're not at either one of those, I'm looking at September, October next year.
Hello, you went out for a minute, Rambo.
Oh, are you out there now?
I heard him the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. You got a whole bunch of multiplats releasing around the time of the exclusives as well.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, there's not going to be a bigger multiplat than Red Dead Redemption 2 during next year.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Yeah,
maybe Call of Duty.
Well, Call of Duty's going to sell regardless what comes next year. Just because people are going to buy it.
True.
Yeah, because that's been out there forever.
Depends what they come out with, like Titanfall 3, if that gets announced at E3 and it comes out that next year. Anthem, that big game everybody's excited for, that people are going to love.
Well, it's an EA game. It's an EA game. People are no longer excited for it. Trust me. So
they'll change their mind. They probably gonna have loot crates too, and everybody gonna buy it. They pick what they want to be mad at. You know what I'm saying? They pick what they want to be mad. Hey, they pick what they want to be mad at. That Star Wars is lit. Motherfuckers missing out on a great
Star Wars game, but I do believe PSX, because Sony does have that marketing deal with Rockstar with Red Dead. It wouldn't shock me if you get a trailer.
Yeah, it's gonna be multi-plat section at PSX.
That'll blow me away.
Well, they're probably going to show Tomb Raider, the Avengers game, with all those games that I want to see the new game from the Dark Souls creators. I want to see what they've been working on.
I want to see Darksiders 3, man. That's what I've been waiting to see. Bro.
Yeah, that's another game.
I don't think
Biomutant, where you're running around with the little raccoon. Biomutant.
Yeah, Biomutant been showing off some screenshots. They're releasing some stuff.
There's a couple big multiplats actually next year. So
yeah. You got DB Fighters, you got Biomutant, there's a lot of multiplats.
Soul Calibur 6 also rumored.
The rumor, yeah. So it's a lot of huge multiplats, but Red Dead is just one of the bigger ones.
All I want from PSX.
I got a question. Where y'all gonna buy your Red Dead Redemption at?
On the Switch. I'm buying it on the Switch.
The PlayStation 4, and it's not the Switch.
The man said the Switch.
You're gonna have the PUBG looking version of Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead 2 on 480p.
No, Rambo, I know you because Rambo, you have all the consoles. You're gonna buy one on every console.
Oh, I'll buy it on the Xbox One X and the PS4, but
that's what I said.
Yeah, whenever it comes to like where I'll play first, it'll be the PS4 because that's where the content is.
Got you.
Yeah, it's PS4 for me. If Detroit Become Human knows right there, no, I'm gonna get Detroit Become Human before I get Red Dead.
Oh, most definitely. I've already pre-ordered Detroit Become Human. I'm definitely dead set on getting that game.
Oh yeah, that's a must.
But yeah, PS4.
Oh yeah, did you guys know Rambo ordered one for me too?
Oh great.
Rambo's like, yeah, right. He just turned off his mic. He said, "Go to hell." Turn off your mic.
I'm in the store, and my wife's shopping for shoes.
I was messing with you when you turned off your mic.
Yeah,
I knew you was in the store. I was like, is he at a store or something?
Yeah, if any of these guys,
he at the mall.
I've been to the store with the wife shopping for shoes, and then you know the drill.
But all right, we're gonna move on to one of the last topics. Okay, guys. Okay, now topic is gonna be net neutrality. If y'all know what that is. Now, to me, this is a serious issue. We all pay for our internet to be free and open space. We are not paying for any censorship, guys. Okay, we're not. We now have politicians now pushing to tamper with the freedom which we can all suffer extra charges or restrictions on internet. Thanks to fucking Donald Trump. And I don't care what anybody thinks when I say that. Thanks to Donald fucking Trump. Okay? if this happens, okay? Yeah, that wig wearing motherfucker. All right. This will affect us, okay? What are your thoughts on net neutrality? And did you all sign the petition on change.org? You can sign a petition, guys.
Yeah,
did you guys sign a petition?
I did.
Yeah, I signed it the
It's
first
on
time.
my Twitter.
And what do you think about the shit that the politicians are doing now?
I think it's just a form of control anyway, and they're gonna use certain propaganda in the world to like base that off and put fear. The media is people are controlled by fear. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit's about to happen. More money. Give us money for this. Give us money for that. We need control of this. We need control of that.
You just said something and hit a button. You just said something that hit a button. Where did they say his votes were controlled from? Somebody that does that control shit. That was trying to get him into presidency. So it's somebody from outside of our area doing that shit. Okay? I'm not trying to get into politics right now, but that's exactly what's happening. If you go to other countries where they said he was supported by and they hacked into the internet to do shit, that's where the control is, and that's where the shit's coming from. But I believe that's messed up. We pay for internet already. We shouldn't have to pay a surcharge.
I mean, they've been talking. They were talking about this. But let me say one more thing.
Okay.
They were talking about this about 10 years ago, man. Like, actually, like really talking about this like 10 years ago, talking about how they was gonna try to control the internet and you pay for packages of certain things. And we doing that now, like with Sling and the other places. Like, you already got internet, and now you're gonna pay for that to use it to watch cable. So they trying to control what we able to watch. You know what I'm saying? With the internet, you're able to do whatever you want. You can build your own site, whatever. So it's the control. And if you're gonna stand up for Star Wars and against EA, you definitely should stand up for the internet and sign that petition and be on code.
I'm asking everybody that comes here, sign that petition. Anybody that's listened to this,
I've asked you to,
and pass it on to your friends, your family, and everybody else who pays for the internet. Tell everybody, sign that petition, or we're all screwed. Everybody. Well, go ahead, you guys. Go ahead, Rambo. You're gonna say something.
You said the internet is not cable. You ain't even listening to what the fuck I'm saying, fam. Go ahead, Rambo.
Oh, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Are you saying the internet is not cable?
Net neutrality.
None.
When it comes to net
no, I didn't say that.
When it comes to net neutrality is simply just about the companies. I mean, this isn't really so much the politicians, but so much more of like the FCC. They've been trying to actually get rid of net neutrality for quite some time, because what it is these like Cox Communications, Time Warner, all these different Comcast, Spectrum. They have all been paying the FCC to try to lobby for them to get rid of it, because it's not really so much about control, but it's where the companies can make more money. They don't think this is like trying to where like basically Time Warner owns CNN. But so basically what happened is if you had a Time Warner account, you would get faster access to like say to go to Fox News. That traffic down on foxnews.com, they kind of force you over to CNN because that's a company that they own. It gives them more money, more clicks. So this is a way for them to do that. Or if you want to actually have access to, Fox News, the same access that you have to CNN, then you're going to pay them that extra fee. It sucks. I think that's actually, this is kind of they've set it up to where it's like a doomsday scenario, like that this is the worst, this is kind of what can happen without net neutrality. I think after December 12th or whatever it is, I think December 14th, whenever the vote is, net neutrality is going to go away. I don't understand why anybody thinks it's not, because they already have a 3-2 vote for it in favor of it to go away. So it's gone. You basically, December 14th, they're just making it final. When that happens, we're not going to see a big change in the internet right now, because the companies aren't going to just like lob out all these different like wild accusations, because they're going to make it look like that all these people that were sending out all these things about like, you're going to have to pay all these extra fees and stuff. They're going to make it look like these people were lying. They're going to suck you in with just everything's business as usual. Don't worry about it. Everything's great. and then you're gonna start seeing a little bit of extra thing like, hey, boost your speed by this amount, and then you're gonna pay that little extra. But then you're gonna notice on some sites, some websites it's gonna go slower, some it's gonna go faster, and then that's whenever we're gonna start seeing it. So the big full effect of net neutrality is about 4 to 5 years away. But I already know, no matter what, like if you're signing a petition, the one thing that most people don't understand is that petition counts as one signature, no matter if there's 1 million signatures on it.
That I don't agree with.
So the thing is, though, is that the best thing to do is if you're going to do anything, call your congressman. Your congressmen, your senators, those people right there are the ones that can actually do something in case the FCC doesn't listen. So call your congressman, actually get involved by calling them.
But Rambo, then you got to do both. Because they're going to ask for that. No, because then your congressman or congresswoman is going to ask for that petition from whomever and say, okay, we got 10 million signatures. You know what I'm saying? But before we continue, Mr. Corleone, I don't know what happened. You said, I sound like you said I wasn't listening to you.
No, I was talking to somebody that
Huh? I can't hear you.
Wait, can you hear me? I'm sorry. I have my mic down.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to somebody in the chat. They were saying that I was.
Oh, okay. Because I was like,
the cable and the internet was like, I wasn't trying to compare them. Just go back and listen, fam. Go back and listen.
All right. No. I thought because we call each other family here, so I thought you were talking about. I was like, wait a minute.
Nah, I was talking to somebody in the chat. We all good.
But you got to say that.
I wanted to Rambo because he in the store, you know what I'm saying, and he trying to get his point across. So,
Okay. All right. Everybody, go ahead. Continue. Anybody else want to add to that?
Yeah, I agree. I think people really read up on it. So, just read up on it and make sure you all understand what they can actually do with that. So, especially these people that have something called a Fire Stick. And then it's broken or it's not.
Broken Fire Sticks.
Yeah, they can actually go in and now find out who these people are, like instantly. What if this passes? So all those people are they're gonna be going to jail. So it's just that thing passes to unplug those Fire Sticks. So that's all I can say. But people do need to read up on it. People need to read up on it and see what it is about, and because it is important. I mean, there was a firestorm over the whole, like Corleone was saying about the whole EA thing with the Star Wars loot craze. This could be a threat. So a legitimate.
This is important.
Yeah, just read up on it.
It's important to all of us and anybody who's on the internet. It's very important.
Yeah,
I brought it up, and because. And the only reason why I say that because they can actually charge you, like if you're a gamer and you have to have the internet to game online and do all that. They can actually charge you for how long you're on it. If you're a person who games online a lot, you know what your bill's going to be like?
Yeah.
They could raise that. They could change it.
So
yeah, they'll make tiers. That's what I would be afraid of. So they can say, okay, here's our top tier. They can charge $150 for that. Just for that. And then the mid tier, they could. We'll just have to. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that. So
exactly. I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping they'll come to some sort of agreement and work it out. I mean, if they say to get an extra, an extra $5 maybe or something, that's not a big deal.
If you look,
they're talking like to charge you by the hour.
Oh no, it's
what you're paying.
No, it won't be like that. Like I mean, that's like I said, you're going to get a lot of people that are fear mongering on this as well. Because if you look at it, like how when everybody thought like when Donald Trump was going to become president, all of a sudden we were going to have some sort of like martial law across the city and people were going to be, killing everybody. That obviously didn't happen, but that's what people were putting out there because it's fear mongering. I'm not.
If you're going to bring up that, No, if you're going to bring up him and you talk about killing, no, he's caused more racism right now in this country than anybody else has.
I can't. Okay, I'm not. This ain't the show for that because I like that. I would definitely love to debate you on that because there's Okay, we'll just leave that part alone. But
Let's
we'll
keep
go back
it gaming, y'all. Let's keep it gaming.
We'll go back to we will go back to.
Well, you brought up killing, so I brought it up.
No, I'm just saying because the net neutrality, like people put these things out there because what it does is it fear mongers. It makes you scared, and it makes people that would normally not really get involved with net neutrality. It makes them jump on board and sign a petition or whatever. So that's the reason why you're seeing that. What it is do you remember if you go to say T-Mobile, it'll say you can use Netflix on us, basically, because Netflix, you can go to T-Mobile, get a data plan through them, but if you watch anything on Netflix, it doesn't count towards your data plan. You know how that works for T-Mobile, right?
Yeah.
Basically, it's going to be
because I never used it.
Okay, well, basically, it's going to be like that with your home cable company, because T-Mobile right now has a partnership with Netflix. So it benefits them to do that. So that's the reason why, these cable companies, like these large cable companies, Time Warner, Cox Communications, Comcast, all these T-Mobile, all these different things, all these different internet providers have other subsidiaries below, like channels, like TV channels, TV shows. AT&T has DirecTV, the largest TV marketer out there in the world. It's a way for them to actually direct traffic to their preferred sites to gain more subscribers to, say, DirecTV, to gain more hits from the commercials, and people are watching on directtv.com or whatever. They're able to see the little ads pop up. AT&T's making more money off of that. But if you're wanting to go to say the Dish Network, well, if you have AT&T, AT&T's gonna be like, well, you know what? That really isn't gonna benefit me because that's my competitor. So we're gonna make that TV slow. And so right now, Time Warner owns Hulu, I think it is. Well, if you have Time Warner, you might get really good access to Hulu. But if you want to go to Netflix, well, Netflix is their competitor, so Netflix is going to get slowed down. Unless Netflix goes out and pays, say, Time Warner $30 million to give them the fast lane.
Right.
But it's
no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just not something that's going to happen right away, because all the doomsdayers, the ones that are saying pay by the hour, just like they're saying that the cable companies know that they can do this once this thing passes, but they have to try to create a calm of the consumer. So whenever this thing goes away, they're going to say, look at us, guys. We're really the good guys. We never wanted to charge you more. These people were wrong. Look at us. We're not raising your bill at all. We're not charging you to go to Netflix. We're not charging you to do this. And then over time, once we become lax with it, we don't really give a shit about net neutrality no more. That's whenever they're going to start going, okay, well, here, if you go to Netflix, we'll give you a little bit faster service if you go there. And that's the reason why, nothing's going to change. Yeah, nothing's going to change this year or even in the next year. It's going to be basically business as usual.
But Rambo, what I'm saying is for a fee, an additional fee.
Yeah, it'll be an additional fee, but it'll basically be it'll be like your basic package will lower. The total basic package will lower.
If you're paying for high speed to begin with, you should not have to pay an additional charge because of something else. No, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't have to. But the thing
all I'm saying is, as consumers and as gamers, we need to get together. That's what I'm saying. We need to all get involved when it comes to something that's beneficial for the whole. We need to come together on that. Whether we agree or disagree on other subjects, put that aside. Agree on something. Start working together on something.
Yeah, this is something very important.
Exactly. That's all I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. This is important. Whether you agree with me, you like me, you hate me, whatever, I don't care. This is something that we all need to stick together on when it comes to, especially gaming.
Oh yeah, because gaming's gonna go up, because gaming is the number one medium that people use with the internet for.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's put it this way: my internet company used to give us unlimited internet for $100 a month. It was 380 megs down, I think 60 megs up, and it was unlimited. Well, whenever I moved from one house to the other, they didn't tell me this, but they decided to start limiting people to 1 terabyte usage per month.
Whoa.
Well, so whenever I moved, I thought I still had unlimited. I was downloading games, and we're streaming PlayStation View for our TV. We're streaming Netflix. We're downloading games. We're playing online, and I used 4 terabytes of service that month. Well,
and how much did it cost you extra?
They said my bill would have been over $3,000 that 1 month had they not given me a grace period. So whenever I
wait a minute, you talk about for one.
Yeah, for 3 terabytes over my limit, it was going to be around $3,000 extra a month.
So they're charging you almost $1,000 per terabyte.
Right. So what I had to do is I had to go because I couldn't add an unlimited plan, so I had to get 3 different internet lines installed into my house from the same company.
Wow.
So I was paying 3 bills at $100 a month. I was paying $350 a month, and then all of a sudden, then my company decided, okay, well we can give you unlimited for $50 extra per month. So I was able to cancel $225 worth of lines, and now I'm paying $150 a month for unlimited. But
that's better than paying $350.
Yeah, but those terabyte limits are good. That's more of what's going to happen. These terabyte limits are these certain number of limits. Or that's what's going to end up happening and that's going to basically, because basically a lot of these Time Warner, Cox Communications, they all own a TV station or a TV company, cable TV station or whatever. So what they're going to do is they're going to try to push you away from streaming Netflix and streaming the PlayStation View and whatever TV through your internet, and basically go for their cable TV package.
But they still charge too much.
Oh, I know. Trust me. If anybody knows, I know.
That's why I don't buy. That's why I don't get cable, because cable, they'll tell you you can have all this. They show the same movie for 3 months straight every fucking day, and you have to wait for movies. And you want me to pay $100 and something for your cable to get all these channels, and you got the same shit on it over and over again?
Oh yeah.
Hell fucking no! I ain't buying that shit. No.
Yeah,
I ain't doing it.
See, it's so weird. It's so weird for me hearing you guys talk about this, because I live in the magical land of Canada land, and I forgot about that. Couple of years back, our government passed a bill which made internet considered to be an essential service. So internet providers their bare minimum plans aren't allowed to go over a certain price. I can get unlimited, like for mine, I get 120 down, about 20, 30 up, unlimited.
I'm moving to Canada.
And I pay $72 a month. $72 a month.
But see, Jimmy,
that's what I'm saying.
The big problem.
Let's all move to Canada.
The big thing though is that, I mean, granted, I'm definitely not going to get into politics here, but I'm just going to give like a brief example. Is your other laws there that they've kind of gone full, like what I consider full SJW with, is your laws there would land me in prison.
Yeah,
I would rather pay like no net neutrality than live in a country where my freedom of speeches are actually limited. That would be the trade-off I would be willing to make.
Okay, but you also got health benefits going to Canada, because
no. You
don't have to pay for all that shit.
It really depends on what you have. Yeah. And I'm not gonna get into it. Me and Rambo can have a conversation about this, because I'd love
to. You know, I know exactly what you're talking about there, because there's a lot of limits that people don't really understand about that.
Yeah, like I'll just give a quick example. I'll keep politics out of it. When my wife was pregnant with our first kid, she got gestational diabetes, and everything's covered by OHIP during the pregnant, like for like delivering the baby, everything else. My wife got gestational diabetes, so we had to buy her one of the meters with like prick the finger twice a day or whatever. And I found out that none of the stuff for diabetics is covered by our health benefits plan through the government. So they wanted me to buy, it was like, the meter was like $20, which was fine, but the strips for like a week's worth of strips is going to cost me is going to be like $256 a week.
Yep.
No, you know what? You know what you do? You order out, and you order from the United States. You get them a lot cheaper.
Yeah. But that's why I'm saying though is like there's trade-offs for where you live and everything else.
Yeah.
Like we have
Yeah.
net neutrality up here,
definitely.
but there's other downsides to it, and like we don't have. Also, one of the things we don't have up here, like 120 up or 120 down, is literally the fastest internet you can get up here. Like we don't.
Are you
have,
kidding?
Like, no, I'm not kidding. Like most of the time, unless you live in like Toronto, Ottawa, or anything like that, like. I'm blessed that I can get 120. My friends are gaming on like 30, 40 down. Like internet is garbage up here compared to what you guys have.
And see, our internet is garbage. I mean, in comparison to the rest of the world. So, I mean, if our internet's garbage, then y'all's is like really bad.
Like my parents live 10 minutes outside the town I live in, and they get 1 down and 0.3 up.
Wow.
Now, how is your providers there? Because see, the big thing. Okay, here's another thing about net neutrality that they're trying to say is that without net neutrality, it would actually. I mean, if everything was actually the way it ran, the way it was supposed to run, it would actually be a perfect world because it would create competition between every single internet provider in America. The only problem is that a lot of people in most of our areas here are limited to 1 or 2 different providers, and that's it. Like you don't have I don't have access to AOL, Time Warner, and Comcast and Verizon.
I just have 2 choices, and like
it's on Comcast and AT&T in Chicago.
That's crazy to me because like in my town alone,
so you
like I live in I live in a town of like roughly 2,000 people, and there is 9 different internet providers I can buy from. 3 are owned by major companies. 5 are like small time. I run through a small time company. They're owned by a bigger corporation, but they do their own independent packages aside from the major company, and they have a lot better packages than the main company. So we have a lot of options up here. They're not necessarily the best options, but we have a lot more variety. If you guys had the variety that we have, I don't think net neutrality would be as big of a deal.
It wouldn't, because then they could compete with each other. And
because someone was talking. I was talking to someone who actually everyone's been sharing that photo of New Zealand's internet packages because they don't.
I wish they'd quit that. I honestly wish they'd quit.
I was actually talking to. I have a friend on Xbox who lives in New Zealand. He says it's actually not that bad because since New Zealand's such a small ecosystem of businesses, he says it's all mom and pa run internet providers. So there's a lot of competition. And he says it keeps it fair. He's like, no one actually charges for your social media packages like that because it would drive them out of business because of the amount of competition they have. Yep. But that's what's scary for you guys is because there's a lot of people. There's been a couple people on Twitter saying that if net neutrality goes away or wherever, they only have 1 provider. So if that provider decides to screw them over, they either have the option to have internet or not to have internet, and that's
or to completely move out of state. So
like having to move because you can't afford internet access is insane. Like there's tons of everyone's blowing it out of proportion. Like the world won't end if you don't have internet. But like people are saying you can't get jobs, you can't do this, you can't. I'm like, oh my god.
Right. I replied back to somebody. I was like, well, that people were actually doing that before the internet ever came around, right? I mean, net neutrality is not going to stop you from getting a job.
Yeah, but there needs to be a middle ground. Like there is always fear, but there's always fear mongering on this stuff. There's always upsides and downsides to everything. But with net neutrality goes away, there's very little benefits to consumers, and it benefits big business insanely as well.
Yep.
And that's the way it is.
Well, I know Trump. I mean, this isn't about politics, so I mean, don't take it. I know because Trump is the president. I mean, you might think that, but one of Trump's plans was about what the insurance was too. Because if you understand about the way health insurance works here, is that we have imaginary lines in these states where some insurance companies can't cross over because they're not licensed in those states to do business. And he was wanting to do away with those lines so that way basically any insurance company in America could compete with each other, and it would lower rates because you would have more competition. Well, that's what was originally planned for net neutrality, was that for it to go away and have all these basically have Time Warner or Comcast, all these different companies in my state to where I could actually if Comcast is screwing me over, I could go to Time Warner, I could go to Cox, I could go to all these different places. But right now, the infrastructure is not there. And that's the reason why it scares a lot of Americans, is because we know right now these companies, all it takes is just one company to be greedy, and you're screwed. Like, you either pay it or you don't have internet. That's the only two options you have.
You're
and
right.
So if we can get, we need to get our infrastructure built up, and that's the reason why I say, I mean, it's cool if you sign a petition, cool. Call your congressman, call your senators, because those are the ones that can actually, they're the only ones that can actually make any sort of changes. Those people.
No.
So call them.
Yeah, I agree with you on one thing. Changes, but you also got to sign that.
Oh yeah, do both. I mean, why? I mean, it's not going to hurt to do both.
Do both.
But
you know why? You know why? Because your congressman is going to, or your congresswoman and senator are going to ask for that petition, and they're going to see the numbers, so they're going to want that as well as you talking to them.
I'm just saying it's not enough to do one or the other. Do both. Like,
exactly.
Make sure your voice is heard, because if net neutrality is going to go away, which it likely is, at least call and talk about removing the lines where these companies can do business across state lines, so that way we can actually have some competition. Because otherwise we are going to get screwed.
It's not only competition; we get to have a choice.
Yeah, that's the part of the competition, the choice, because we can actually
forget about the competition. They can no, it's their competition, but let us have a choice and let us have a voice. That's the bottom line. But we're gonna move on. I got one last thing that I thought of as you guys were talking that I remembered seeing today. Guys, think about this before we end the podcast. VidMe is shutting down. Not even a year. VidMe is shutting down. VidMe is shutting down.
I just started.
What do you guys thoughts on that?
Wasn't that the place that YouTube is going away from, trying to actually build up something better?
Oh, well, back to Daily Motion.
Better go back to Daily Motion and YouTube. You gotta do what you do.
VidMe is shutting down, guys. It's shutting down. It's over.
They are launching another platform, though. They said they are going to launch another product, and they said they still might be back with VidMe later on, because right now it was crowdfunded, and they just weren't making enough money as far as donations go. So if we're really wanting anybody to ever compete with YouTube, we're going to have to financially back them, because there's no way for anybody.
I actually did go to VidMe and put my stuff up there. I did try to back them.
Oh no, I'm not talking about just putting your movies, your videos on there, but you basically have a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe. They had the same thing for them, and where you could donate money to them in order for them to put towards creating the platform better, bigger and better.
Well, listen, no, I ain't I'm not put my shit somewhere and I got to pay you to put it up there. I'm not doing that. No,
it wasn't paying to put your stuff up there. You were able to put it up there whether you donated or not. I'm just saying that if we ever want a true competitor to YouTube, we're going to actually have to.
But why would you
financially back?
But all right, but YouTube never asked for donations.
But YouTube is just making too much money right now.
YouTube is already a giant. What I'm saying is, if we're wanting a competitor to YouTube, the only people that can do it are startup companies. A startup company, there's nobody. I don't know of anybody that actually has enough money to take on Google.
Probably Apple. That's the only company.
Yeah, but then again, you're looking
at go get sponsors. Then go get big sponsors.
Maybe Microsoft or something.
You can't expect the little people.
I don't know.
The average Joe Schmo to do that. You can't expect that.
Everybody's getting on that YouTube Red, so they're making a lot of money.
Yeah, I thought about that, because I think it's free for the first 30 days, and I might check it out.
I'm not.
Yeah, I may check it out.
I'll deal with the ads. I don't mind.
So, yeah.
All right, guys, everybody, we're over 2 hours.
Oh,
and I don't do over 2 hours, but we'll do our outros now, okay? Because it's been a long podcast, but it was an excellent podcast. I appreciate all you guys brought to this podcast. Undead, I appreciate you coming. We were on a podcast before, but that was over 2 years ago on somebody else's podcast. But you're here now, and hey,
I think he left out. I think he left. Yeah, I think he left out.
His internet might have cut out.
Oh yeah, he said that. All right. So anyway, we're gonna do our outros, okay? It's you, Rambo. Go ahead, because you're in the mall, so we'll let you go first to do your outro.
Just come by, I guess my Twitter, give me a follow. I usually follow back as long as, you're not one of them picture-eyes fanboys or whatever. But definitely hit me up on Twitter, Rambo's Corner with the 0, or on YouTube, Rambo's Corner as well. If you actually just want to hear, like, somebody talk about, like, because I do talk politics, I do talk everything else, gaming, everything in between. But I do actually have a podcast tonight, actually probably starting in the next hour, called the Game Talk Podcast, and that's basically where me and a few guys, we just sit back and for the rest of the night and kind of just bring up topics, and kind of like if we were like in some sort of party chat, we just sit there and talk about it and the way we feel about it, and interact with the chat while we're going at it and answer questions, and maybe even sometimes bring the chat in there. Frozen's been on a couple of times.
Yeah.
So
you forgot about me. Yeah, I've been on that podcast.
Yeah, so
bring me to again,
the Prince has
Rambo.
been there.
You put me on the spotlight when I wasn't ready one day.
But definitely.
Hey, you know what, Frozen? He just forgot about the princess being on his podcast. Wow.
I'm tired. It's been a long afternoon shopping all day. So
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear Rambo. I don't want to hear it. You're just old and you get senile now because you forgot I was on there.
I'm not going to argue that point. I'm not going to argue. But you can always catch that. You can always catch that on YouTube as well. It's called the Game Talk Podcast. So.
Anyway, all right, Frozen, go ahead, do your outro. Tell everybody they can find you.
A good podcast. Follow me on Twitter at @young_gaki. I'm going to immerse myself into some Xenoblade. So nobody bother me. I'm going to be playing Xenoblade.
We promise we won't, because we don't want no backlash.
Well, I'm not answering anyway. So.
All right, Demigod, go ahead, do your outro. Tell everybody where to find you.
First off, thanks for having me. I'll try to make an appearance as much as I can.
And we appreciate that.
I come out of my cave of reviews and gaming so often. You can find me on my channel, dropping reviews, dropping indie spotlights. I do a series every Saturday weekly called the Arcade Calendar. I put spotlights on indie titles that I feel everybody should know about. I got a couple reviews coming out for Life is Strange Episode 2, Wolfenstein 2, Shadow Tactics. It's been a busy gaming week for me, so I'm finally, getting back into tune and dropping the actual reviews and not just like stuff. So yeah, come on over to the channel, come subscribe. Last time I was on the podcast, y'all showed some love. Y'all switched me to a 500. Y'all give me the 500. I'll do a giveaway of something special. I'll probably buy something in PSX and strictly give it away to you guys. That's if I get the 500 in this month.
Everybody, hit him up. Hit him up. Give him what he wants. Give him a special Christmas gift, everybody. Come on. Hit him up. Give him that 500.
Yeah, come check out the reviews. Come check out the content. Come check out the Let's Plays, the brews and the backlogs, everything. I'm just a hard-working guy. I keep it out. I don't do the fanboy stuff. I keep it clean, positive, neutral gaming, and always just dropping my opinion about stuff.
Okay. Craig Harris, go ahead. Go for it.
Yeah, Craig Harris. Just come follow me over there, Craig Harris 456 on Twitter. Check out the podcast, also known as the Pope of Xbox. So hopefully I can figure out how this PUBG game is now at 30 frames per second. So that's my next big podcast. So but come check it out. And Princess, thanks for the invite. And shout out to everybody that was here, everybody in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate being here. Thanks.
Hey, Craig, by the way, I'd love to be on your podcast, but you can't do it so early. I need like late afternoon, early evening. And I'll definitely be there anytime. I've been telling you that I can't do it that early. I work, so I can't do it that early. So late afternoon, I'll be there.
Okay. Yeah, we'll set one up.
We got to set one up so we can do this.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We can do this. All right. And last but not least, we got Mr. Corleone.
Yeah, want to thank everybody for stopping by. Sorry for the tardiness, but it's crazy in Chicago around the holidays. Make sure you guys hit the like button.
I saw his road pick. Yeah, it was crazy.
It's always crazy in Chicago on the holidays, bro.
I didn't know you was from Chicago, by the way. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Share this. And thank y'all for supporting us. Everybody in the chat that come every week, man. Thank y'all for supporting us. Have a great weekend. We're gonna holler at y'all later.
Thank you. And of course, you know who I am, the Titanfall Princess. I want to thank everybody for coming. And we're gonna do this podcast up until the 22nd, which is the Friday before Christmas. Gonna return on January 5th because I want everybody to have a happy and prosperous holiday with their family. So we're gonna give that time to y'all, and everybody on the panel gets to have time with their families. They may be traveling, they may be doing other things. So we will not be returning until January 5th. We're gonna stop. The last one's gonna be, like I said, December 22nd. Okay, so we still got 3 weeks left. So don't go nowhere. And like Corleone and everybody else said, hit that like button. And I got one question. If there's something that you want to hear about or see on this podcast, hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on Facebook. Let me know what you want from the Irish podcast and from this panel to make it even more exciting than what it is now. Okay? I'm taking a poll. Hit me up. Tell me what you want to see. If you want a special guest, let me know. If I can get them, I'll get them. Okay? Let's see what we can do to make this the best podcast that has ever been on YouTube. Okay? So that's the end. It's me signing out. And you're going to hit that like button. And you know why? You know why? Because you all love me. Later.